So this came out yesterday, pretty big headline, wanted to read it to you. Turkish stocks, lira surge after Erdogan announces early elections. So for the first time in party history, Turkish President Erdogan called for early elections on June 24th, moving them forward by more than a year from their scheduled date. As Bloomberg notes, Erdogan's ruling party has never called early elections in the nearly 16 years it's been in power. He cited Syria and macro balances as factors. And what's the phrase, a picture's worth 1,000 words? Yeah, so I don't need to say anything. This is my favorite part of the article here. The election is set to transform the political system of the region's largest economy, eliminating the prime minister job and centralizing power in the presidency. So pretty much what China just did a few weeks ago. You know, where the Chinese went to sleep Saturday night, they call him their guy, President Xi Jinping, and then they woke up the next morning, Sunday morning, and turns out overnight the guy rewrote the rules and said, you know what, going to get rid of these presidential term limits. I think I'm just going to sit here for life. So it went from president to emperor overnight. And then Trump came out and said, you know, I kind of like what China did over there. That sounds pretty cool. Maybe that can happen in the United States sometime. And now you got this clown coming out and saying he wants to do the same thing. He wants to be hungry, hungry hippo. He wants to gobble up all the power. He says, my power sandwich has a first name. It's nom, 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 nom. Yep. So here's yet another, right? What did we say since fall of last year, from December 2017 to 2020, because of Saturn and Jupiter conjuncting, you have Pluto thrown in there, which is another word for transformation, and you have the Saturn moving into Capricorn. And we said these kind of things happen in these alignments, supposedly, political, government, system, financial system, societies, they change, they transform, they restructure, and you can't transform without change. You just can't. It's how it works. So here is yet another reason to be paying attention to that map and that clock up above. And here we are all over again anyway, right? We've already done this before. We've already fought these guys in World War I. They were called the Ottoman Empire. So I would imagine that this guy is going to get exactly what he wants, and it's all planned. It's not like it's even him doing it, but we're just going to stick with this for now. He's going to get what he wants and take control of that whole region, because why else would he be calling for these elections? They've never done it before, so it's not like he's going to call for these special elections and then not get what he wants. So I would imagine, I mean, this guy, I tell you what, again, on paper, documented, saying some really crazy things. I mean, if this isn't an Islamic caliph wanting to rule a caliphate in the making, I don't know what is. So he'll probably get, you know, Iran and the rest of them underneath his wing, and whether it be later on this year or next April or maybe even next Ramadan, he'll lead that Middle East war. I just would imagine. This is what happened in World War I. So we fought these guys before. We're going to do it again. And it's the same shit anyway, because you got Muslims fighting Muslims. The majority of the fighting in World War I was done by the British Indian War. 40% of that was Muslim. In World War II, you had the Nazis and the Muslims fighting right alongside each other. Hitler had one of their imams every night in Berlin declaring jihad. That's why I hate these guys that come out on the internet and say, oh, you've been taught wrong. You learn your bullshit history. You've been brainwashed about Hitler. He was doing a good thing. He was fighting right alongside with the Muslims. They were declaring jihad against you, against me, against everyone we know. Anyone who wasn't going to bow down to them, dead. How about his favorite buddy was Joseph Mengele, a guy used to sew twins together and inject things into their eyeballs. Holy cow, man. So anyway, and Winston Churchill himself, World War II, right down, because apparently there was even, I don't even know the exact number, it was like 100 or maybe even as low as the teens whenever they got to Hitler's bunker, quote unquote. And again, we're not arguing with the historical record. I'm just saying that's what history says. They were down there getting to his bunker, and it was Muslims fighting Muslims for the most part. The few that were left, the majority of them were Muslims. Winston Churchill, it's all documented, sending letters, writing letters to our guys, our president of the United States, saying, do not break away from the Muslims. We need them. And here we are, World War III. It's the quote-unquote moderate rebels fighting ISIS. So it's the same thing, Muslims fighting Muslims, and it works supposedly. I'm just saying the research that I've done and the thought process is because they tell the Muslims, because they don't give a shit. Whatever's done for the sake of the caliphate, for Islam and Muhammad is what it takes. If that means killing your family, that means killing your family. If that means killing your brother, that means killing your brother. Because they tell them, they say, if you do this, you will be guaranteed a spot and you will be part of the greatest caliphate the world has ever seen. And that's enough for them. That's all they need. So here we are, all over again, right? Right under everyone's nose. Check this out, man. Police forced to act against mass Muslim street prayers after residents complain. This isn't Mecca. This isn't the Middle East. This is France. London has a Muslim mayor. Islam has been silently conquering since its inception around 600. And that's the thing. It's how it goes to show how arrogant America is, thinking that they'll never let this happen and another 9/11 will never happen. Islam has over 1,000-year drop on us. America didn't come around until 1776. Islam started around 600. It has already a 1,000-year drop on us. And yeah, it looks like we're stopping it. Looks like we're stopping it. Looks like we're really putting it in its place. It's a very dark, dare I say, evil force. It means submit. That's what that word supposedly means. Submit. Heaven above, hell below. Just like the Christians and any other religion, when they pray to the Father, they bow their heads. What are you looking at beneath you? Heaven's above. Father's above. Why are we looking beneath why are we looking below? Why are we looking beneath our feet? What is that all about? Are we sure we're talking to the right guy? So we'll see what happens. But yet another example. And boy, they're just coming just like that. As soon as we entered in the age of Aquarius, and as soon as Saturn started moving into Capricorn, man, this stuff just started happening, falling right into place. All right, thank you to my subscribers out there.